I didn't want to leave the game up to Lutz, but they got it
Were,
close enough. I still can't believe with 30 seconds, no timeouts, they got it back close. I don't know what the Giants are doing on defense either, but
were you watching by yourself?
yeah, it's just
Dude, I was too. I was too. It's so stressful.
oh my God. Well, welcome back everybody to maybe the weirdest episode of the sideline we're gonna have. My name is Rishioza.
My name's Asher Hire.
I'm like shaking. Like I don't understand what we just witnessed. I think that I texted you. That might be the greatest NFL comeback ever. Greatest comeback in NFL history. I mean, they said a stat at the end. I didn't hear it. There was like teams. There's like over 1,000 teams, or maybe even more than that, were have been up by 18 or more points with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and this was the only game where that team lost. Like I genuinely cannot believe what just happened. I don't know.
So I
I
mean
don't know how that. I don't know. Like I don't know what happened.
the fourth quarter for this season has just been unbelievable in both sides of the coin. Like we're feeling it both ways right now. Between the Chargers and the Colts loss early in the season, where we're leading for the entire fourth quarter and still managed to lose both games, and then the Eagles game where we're down 21 to I don't we scored 18 points in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter, down 17-3, excuse me. And then this game, oh my god! I mean, it was So the Tracy run to put him up 19-0 happened right at the end of the third quarter. And so you're even just looking at it like that, like, you stop them on the 2-point conversion, but you still need 3 touchdowns. And so you're like, this team hasn't moved the ball at all in the first 3 quarters of the game, but they need 3 touchdowns all of a sudden against a team that knows they're going to pass it pretty much every single time and has that front four that, is so vaunted. And so, dude, for them to, I mean, I'm speechless too, man. Like I said before getting on here that I couldn't even remember the first Broncos touchdown drive. Like how that even all, like now that I'm seeing it, I remember it was that big J.K. Dobbins 32-yard run on the toss play to the left side. And that seemed like that was finally the play that like opened things up. I felt like the run, was abandoned way too quickly. There was way too many screens on the outside. Once again, I'm just like, why, isn't J.K. Dobbins getting the football? I know he was averaging like 2 yards per carry or something. But then after that, he ripped off a couple big runs, ended up averaging 6 yards a carry. And we had multiple goal-to-go situations where we chose to pass it on all 3 downs. So, I mean, that made no sense. But anyways, it seemed like that run finally opened things up for the Broncos offense to like gain confidence and, work from there.
Yeah, I that was the only game. Because even then the way that drive ended was stupid too. Because again, they're down inside the one. They have that play that was tipped and probably should have been intercepted by New York, and then it was tipped in the end zone that probably should have been intercepted, but instead was caught by it was instead caught by Franklin for the touchdown. Like even that play was dumb. But then like I was thinking, and then the Theo Johnson touchdown happened where the exact same thing happened to Denver, where you get a tip that it's in a position to be intercepted, and it's instead of taking like 30 yards for a touchdown. After that play, I was like, all right, it's just one
I
of
know.
those games. It's not going to happen.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. I thought there was really no chance. Like I was pretty much done, like invested in that game.
Yeah.
When that happened, and then the Broncos scored quickly, and even then, it's not it was still a 26-16, still a 10-point game. With I think just like under 5 minutes left. But then the huge huge interception by Justin Sternad to set up the short field. So the Broncos drives this game punt, 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 downs, punt, punt, touchdown, 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 field goal. And that really, that's happened quite a few times this season where they play one or, 1.5 to 2 good quarters, great quarters of offense. And then the rest of the game is just like, eh. And for most of this game, I mean, I was down in the dumps, dude. Like, it's hard to even process that. Like, I'm excited, obviously, but it's still just like, bro, why did it take all that?
I don't like it's obviously a big win and you feel good about winning, but it's like, do I feel good about the team
I
overall? Like, yeah, in the moment I'm feeling good, but it's like, dude, this team, this is the 28th ranked defense, and it took you 45 full minutes for you to put anything together. Yes, you scored 33 points in the fourth quarter, which I think I saw most points any team scores in the fourth quarter after being shut out through three. But it's just like, what? Like, how is that? Like, and this is how you've won, two of your last three games is by just some insane way of making it happen. And even then, the Jets game, we talked about that last week too. Like, it was a horrible game offensively that they just got lucky because Jets suck. But
dude, I mean, the past 3 games, really, it's just been like, just so ugly for most of the game. Like, I haven't felt good about them really, comfortable in a football game since the Bengals game, and that's almost been a month from now. Thank God we're racking up wins, and these aren't losses. Like, we're 5-2. That's a great record. And really, like, I want to say that they're getting the kinks out of the armor, and I'm hoping it's not like a long-term thing, but it's nice to like try to figure out your offense against bad teams that aren't punishing you completely for horrific offensive play for most of the game. So that's been lucky, really. And I mean, it's going to be interesting against the Cowboys. It's like their offense is really good. Is our offense going to be able to move their ball even against their terrible defense? This, as you just said, was like the 28th ranked defense, and we couldn't move the ball for 3 quarters. So.
I mean, even just looking at like the base stats, it doesn't seem like Denver should win. They had more yards, 20 more yards, total yards. So that's pretty much a wash throughout the whole game. They didn't have the turnover, the big Justin Sternad turnover. I do want to say, when Dre Greenlaw does get back and fully healthy, he's not on a snap count. It should be Sternad and Greenlaw as a 2. But Singleton was mostly fine. I mean, he messed up on that first touchdown, him and Hufanga on the Bellinger touchdown. That was kind of a miscommunication on their part. He was all right today, but it should be Sternad and Greenlaw. I think the athleticism that you would have with those two is crazy. Sternad's been incredible. First down, New York had more penalties. Do you have the numbers up? Like, can you see how many penalty yards Denver had? It's ridiculous. New York had 8 for 36. Denver had 12 for 127.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That doesn't even seem real. 10 yards of penalty. Like, are you kidding me? 10 yards of penalty. You're handing a first down to people every time. And on that last drive, I mean, that was ridiculous. The roughing is whatever. I mean, sure, if you want to call that, you can call that. PI was not PI. That was good defense by Riley Moss. We ragged on him a lot, but that was not his fault. But there were multiple. I mean, Barron got called for a couple of PIs. McMillan got called for a couple of PIs. There were offsides. There were holdings, false starts, illegal shifts, like all sorts of different things that happened that needs to get cleaned up. I mean, this is week 7 now, and we've been saying it every single week.
It's right. It's week after week after week.
Literally every single week, but it is what it is. On third down, there were only 4 of 13. New York was 6 of 15. Fourth down, New York 2 for 2. Denver 1 for 2. Red zone, Denver went 4 for 5, which is a good number at the end of the day. But New York went 2 for 2 with obviously the sneak and then the Scatterby touchdown. And the possession, New York, I mean, it was pretty even, but New York edged them out of that. So in literally everything except turnovers, New York won. And it's on, like, I can't believe what I witnessed. And it's like I don't know. Like Bo Nix did not play well. He was like through the first 3 quarters, he was missing some throws. Um, I don't know if New York was keying in on this or something, but every pass seemed like he was getting tipped at the line or something, which was unbelievable. I don't know if he throws low arm angle. I don't know what happened. I don't know if New York just saw something on film.
Well, dude,
But then in the fourth
sorry.
quarter, when it just like completely turned up, I don't know what changed. I don't know if it was just the coverage that New York was running. They switched it. They started playing more conservative on the back end, so they were able to throw deep. Uh, Maybe the injuries played a part in it. I know Javon Holland went out, but his replacement was actually playing better. He was playing fine. So I don't really know. I don't know what changed. I don't know if you saw anything that changed. I don't know what changed.
I mean, dude, like I think a lot of it is like it seems like he gets into like a rhythm. Like, the first quarter, just to start out the game, boom, high throw, 2 straight high throws. I know they both, you want an NFL receiver to catch those, but it's like if those were low throws, first of all, it's a much safer hit for Sutton. Second of all, he's probably catching it. But then in the fourth quarter, he finally gets into a rhythm, and I think a lot of it, is the play calling with just how consistently terrible it really is. Like first quarter, Bo Nix 4 for 9 for 27 yards. Just completing 4 passes for 27 yards, like in and of itself, is just ridiculous. Second quarter, 5 completions for 55 yards. Third quarter, 2 completions for 23 yards. So it's just like 4 yards on average that he's throwing it. In the fourth quarter, his average was 7 yards. So they finally air it out. I just feel like he starts feeling himself. I don't know if the plays, the pass plays that are actually attacking downfield are different, or if he's just, in a rhythm again. I don't think the coverage was really different. I just think they started going away from the screens, and it finally opened the field up. And man, those, like, I think you got to utilize Mims down the field more. I mean, time after time again, he catches a lot of these contested balls. It's crazy. I kind of hope, like, I don't know, where was that the entire game? Just a deep ball, to Mims or to Sutton that set up the field goal. Finally, those plays come in the fourth quarter, but it just takes a lot. It's like, is Sean Payton not confident in Nix? Is it him just being like, oh, we need to get into a rhythm on offense and have this, perfect plan to get 7 yards here and 8 yards there, and then 4 yards there, but then you get 11. Like, it's just hard to sustain drives like that. You need so much to go perfect. You need a good throw by Nix. You need a good catch. You need good blocking on the outside, and it's not like Franklin or Mims when they're blocking, or I mean Ingram. Are you kidding me? Everyone knows that's why he doesn't play tight end, is because he can't block. But yet you're asking him to block on the outside. It's just like, it's just a lot to ask from, to set up all these screens play after play again. And I despise it, but I just don't know why you can't run up the middle instead of doing that. You're going to get 3 yards anyways, and at least it won't be, negative yardage usually. Like, fuck.
Yeah. And they just got way too cute with it, especially in the red zone. Throwing it to Garrett Bowles. First of all, it should have been a touchdown because Bo screwed that up anyway. Like, if he just floats it to him instead of throwing it.
That was going to be my other point with the tipped balls. Like, I don't know if it's his arm angle, because it's not like he's particularly like going like this. Like his feet, I notice, seem to be just like planted on the ground. Like, I don't think he's on his toes. So maybe he's a little shorter than some quarterbacks who are like on their toes. The other thing too is just that, like, teams know Sean Payton loves the slant with his big receivers. If it's 3rd and 5, it's boom, a Sutton or a Pat Bryant slant. Like, it's obvious. And so you just get your hand up in the passing lane. You know it's going to come out like that. because the Broncos don't have many long developing routes. And if they do, Bo Nix is going to overthrow it anyways. So, like, you just, stick your hand out. I think that's a lot of the issue. That throw to Bowles was kind of like a slant, the way that he threw it. Looked like he was throwing a slant, and that's probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just too
It might
much.
be that. I think it's just something the teams are keying in on too, because he's on these like you said, like third and four, third and five, when it is going to be a quick throw. He's not. He telegraphs where he's going to throw it pretty instantly, because like you said, he's just sitting there. He gets a
Right.
snap and he's just immediately
Right.
like just looking to where he's going to throw. So these defensive tackles just know, hey, let me just put my arms up, and I'm probably going to get, if I'm in the right angle, I'm going to be able to get a hand on it. So that's something they got to fix because that was there were at least five, if not more, that were tipped at the line of scrimmage just because of that. And yeah, I mean it is bad. But yeah, it's just so funny looking at this receiving chart and seeing Garrett Bowles on there with one target. But yeah, going back, like they just got too cute. I mean, it was on second down, that was a Bowles run, but J.K. Dobbins had like a 4 or 5 yard run to get you down to the 2 yard line. It's very obvious that you're going to throw the balls too, because he came in and he, reported himself as eligible. They announced it to 80,000 people. Hey, look, this guy's eligible. Why is the left tackle reported as eligible? Yeah, because he's going to go off for a route, you morons. And then it was again like a play action rolling out, and then the screen to your worst yak guy in Cortland Sutton. If you're going to do something like that, throw a fade, throw a slant, do something where he's already
Dude,
missed.
like
Make
when
him try and go make someone miss.
that was one of the weakest runs I've ever seen, dude. It's like he
Yeah.
held the ball and then he just held it with two hands and was like he wasn't even really running. He was like, please just be open. Please just be open. It's like he closed his eyes and just like walked through and got blasted.
No, it's unbelievable.
But hey, I mean, he made a huge catch to set him up in field goal range at the end of the game.
No, he did. Him and Mims, like you mentioned that Mims catch. I mean, he had one on the drive that gave Denver the lead the first time. On what was it, 3rd and 11, just a one-on-one, tough coverage too, but it's a ridiculously good catch. And then the catch in traffic on on the field goal one, where I think Bo overthrew the dig for Sutton. I think that's what it was supposed to be, but Mims was just like right there. But that's still a difficult catch. I mean, there's a guy coming in front of you, there's a guy in your back. Like, this is what, like, you see the vision with Mims with what he can do. I don't know if he's just like a really bad route runner or something, but I mean, this is a guy who you can put outside and run some routes that are like for a theoretical X or a wide receiver, a big guy, because he has incredible hands. So maybe that's something they can do going forward. But yeah, 6 catches, 85 yards for him. He was good. Ingram had a huge play on the touchdown drive. They gave Denver the lead, breaking a tackle. That's what you want to see. Denver has had a tight end be able to do that since like 2018 or 19, whenever Noah Fant was good. So,
dude, it's like he tries to get receivers in space, and I think that's really the best way to utilize the skill group between Franklin and Mims and Ingram. Obviously Sutton's different, but I feel like the best way to utilize them is to get them in space and let them, break guys' ankles and things like that. But like, there's more ways to do that outside of screens that I feel like he's not utilizing. Like we see, the Chiefs, the Bengals, how they get their guys open in space. It's like little, I feel like there's just no like cross the field routes with these speed guys who I feel like if you get man coverage against, like that stuff can be open and they can run for a long time. So I don't know.
A ton of it is reliant on the receivers and the tight ends blocking. I mean, we mentioned they had a set in the first quarter. The three tight ends, right? You had Atkins, you had Troutman, and you had Ingram, all out on the side. It's like, okay, obviously it's a screen. The team knows it, but it was set up well. I mean, they were all in position. They had the numbers. Not a single one of them got a hand on anybody. But I was like, how does that even happen? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't think that's on Peyton. That's just on the players not doing it. But at the end of the day,
but I'm saying like a lot has to go right for that to happen. The other thing with that is like they're not like moving when they get the ball. So it's not like they're already in full
Yeah.
speed when they catch the ball. It's like a standstill catch. Whereas a drag route across the field, you can set up a screen with a drag route to have them, running. The Niners do that all the time with McCaffrey, to where he's like at full speed, or the Dolphins back in the day with Tyreek and stuff. Like, I just
The
why can't
Lions
you
right now.
use Mims like he's a Waddle or a Tyreek and just
Mhm.
have him in space? You can do that with Franklin too. He runs a 4.3. That's the only reason he was drafted, really, because he can't catch the ball.
Yeah.
So, like I don't know. I don't know why. It's just so many hooks. It's like so many curls, dig routes. It's just a lot of like just concepts that are, always trying to scheme it wide open to where if Nix hits it at the perfect window, he's right there. But there's no really yak after that. It's like, oh, there's a sliding catch for 15 down the middle of the field. That's what Sutton's good at. And that's why he's made such a great impact with Nix and Peyton. But these other guys, that's not what their strength is. I don't think Mim's strength is running a 10-yard curl route, from the slot, or Franklin's strength is an out route towards the sideline. Like, get these guys in space, man.
Yeah, no, get him in space. Yeah, just figure out something to do. And that's a good point. Yeah, Cortland is obviously a great contested possession guy, so it works with the scheme. But yeah, they definitely need to figure out a way um, to use Mims, use Frank. And I said, oh my gosh, I was looking at this. Trey Franklin had 3 catches for 19 yards, and he had the touchdown. But he had 10 targets. 10 targets, and he had 3 catches. That is ridiculous. That's
Franklin?
not good. Yeah,
Oh.
that is a crazy number. And he had one, like, he has some of the weakest hands that I've seen. He's gotten better from last year, substantially better from last year, which is good. But he still has so long to go when it comes to catching. Everything is in the body. It's not like he's confident just putting his
Dude,
hands out and catching the ball.
that two play sequence where that ball got knocked out of his hand and then Nix overthrew him on the deep play, that was just the whole, like, the epitome of their relationship this year. It's just been, outside of the Colts game where Franklin had like 8 catches, it's just been, oh, Franklin's open, overthrown. Franklin's open and the ball's there, dropped. Like,
he's always open. He's such a good router. He's literally always open, but he either can't catch it or he doesn't have a chance to catch it. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's weird. Like, I even said it last week. We're complaining about so much, but the team is 4-2. I feel like today is valid to complain. This is not like, obviously you win, so it's like, holy cow, you won, good. But it's like, this is not like a win that you should be looking at, like, celebrate. This is a win where you just like wipe all the tape from the first 3 quarters and say, hey, what worked in the fourth that we can use going forward? And yeah, Dallas' defense sucks. So if they can't, and Dallas doesn't have like a particularly strong unit either. Like, at least with New York, they have a very good defensive line. So you're thinking about that the entire time. And the linebackers are fast. Cordell Flott has been playing excellent. Like, that is legit. Like, they at least have some talent. Dallas doesn't have anything, right? Like, they traded away their thing. So you have ways to attack them. And I wonder how they're gonna look at that, because there's not a single real unit that you look at there and it's like, okay, we have to game plan for that. They should be able to game plan for the entire unit as a whole. And man, it's just I'm still like, I'm just looking at this, like, New York first quarter 7-0, 6-0, 6-0, 33-13. Like, what? What?
I know.
I mean, I feel like that's still great. Like, New York still scored 13 points in the fourth quarter. Like, that's also not good. Like, they still scored like instantly in the fourth quarter. That last drive was horrible. And it was just like, oh my God. I didn't have any real, like, faith that they were going to be able to get a stop. But it's like, oh my God. What a game. What a stupid game. What a stupid game. I'm just like, this is one of those games where you can't, like, look at schematically and be like, wow, look at what happened. It's just like, this is just stupid. Like, that's just all it is.
I know. Like, football can just be like that sometimes, where it's just, I mean, momentum's insane. Like, how players just start feeling themselves, how players on defense start to just all of a sudden get, like, overwhelmed. I never understand that, where it's like, oh, now the offensive line is like pushing around, like the entire defensive line gets moved and like overwhelmed. Like it's crazy how it works like that. But man, I mean, all that like complaining. The good thing is there's still so much to improve from this team for this team. They're definitely not at like the peak of where they can be. I'm really hoping for just more RJ Harvey impact. I mean, 5 touches, but it's really like when he does get those touches, there's never any like he doesn't really do anything with them. I don't know, but there's also really not much room to work with.
Yeah,
because
it's a screen. Like it's a screen, and then there's
right, and then there's a guy right there. Right, exactly, right in his face. So it's like I don't know. So I'm hoping for more from him from both of the draft picks, obviously, in the first 2 rounds. But like the good thing is it's only week 7. Even though it is like, damn, it's week 7, it's still like only week 7. I don't know. There's still like 11 weeks to go, and there you could still, get the offense peaking at the right time, which is near the playoff time. 5-2, alone in first place in the AFC West.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I was just gonna say that. That's a big loss by the Chargers.
I know.
Them losing was huge. I was thinking the whole game. I'm like, man, like you have this opportunity. LA's gonna lose. Like, and you're not even taking advantage of it. I was mostly pissed. I was crashing out on Twitter over this. I wasn't thinking about, oh, they're going to lose first place. Oh, they're going to lose this game to a bad team. I was more thinking, like, this is, like, the most emotional environment that is going to be at this game. But they've had in years. I think since DT died, this is the most emotional game that they've had. And outside of these two, nothing has ever matched what was inside the building. And they just flat out just shit the bed. Like, they did not play with any energy, any urgency. They didn't understand the moment, which I think is becoming to be a bit of a problem for the Broncos, but that's another issue. They don't understand the moment until it's like here. But like that's what I was pissed about. It's like you have Super Bowl champions in the building. You have one of the most beloved Denver icons getting honored posthumously, like in a very tragic way, and there's just like no emotion towards that at all. And it, I guess, finally happened in the fourth quarter. But that was what I was mostly pissed about. Like this is like that's just straight up like embarrassing and disgraceful to have a performance like that. Like if they had lost this game, if that Theo Johnson touchdown was the end of it, I would have been like, this is embarrassing. Like this is horrible. Like someone should be fired for that.
And the whole like Super Bowl team, I think we're sitting like in the front row, like witnessing all of it. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I don't know. But then they somehow just turn it around. So it's like,
yeah, it's nuts.
But
nuts. I said it before, right before I started recording. Like this is the most ridiculous comeback I can remember as a Broncos fan. The 24-0 one is like I think the most iconic one because of what it spurred after that. Hopefully that can be a similar situation to this one. But that 24-0, that was halftime. Like there's still 2 full quarters for you to make up 24 points. That's a lot of time, and obviously they did that. This one, they were down 19 points with 6 minutes left. Like it's not like there was a ton of time for this to happen. There was 6 minutes left for them to do this.
Dude, the fact that
interception changed everything.
I just can't believe they had 33 points. Like I remember sitting there just looking at the scoreboard and just shaking my head. Like I can't believe we're in this situation where we're down 28-6 to the fucking Giants, and I'm just like shaking my head. And then to end up with 33 on the scoreboard after seeing 6 like that in the fourth quarter, I mean, like I can't believe that, dude. That's unbelievable. I mean, maybe this team is just like, I don't know. Like I was going to say a team of destiny, but then there are also those 2 losses early in the season where like we should win those games if we were a real team of destiny. But thank God really in both of these games, in the New York Jets and the Giants games, that their quarterbacks were who they are. I mean, Jackson Dart definitely made a lot of plays, but is under 50% completion, and then had that humongous interception at the
Yeah.
end of the
They
game.
should have had two more on the last drive. Like there were just two
Yeah.
drop pit. I mean, Hufanga and Jones running into each other. Like I don't know what interception luck he had today, but yeah, I mean it was such a weird game. Like I was impressed by Dart with a couple of things, like his mobility, his poise. Like he didn't seem rattled by anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was making like horrible reads. Honestly, until the last couple of drives, it wasn't like he was doing anything stupid.
But his
Um,
throws, his arm isn't spectacular, really. His
no,
arm's not
no, it's
great.
not. No, like he can throw. I think him and Bo have very similar arms. Like Bo can throw it really far. I think Dart can also like he can throw it far, but there's not the velocity that you need. Like Josh Allen always had the arm strength to throw far, but he had the velocity too, like intermediate to get it there. I think
Yeah.
that's why JJ McCarthy was so enticing to everybody last year as well. Like his velocity is there. Um, Dart does not have that. His mobility was good. I mean, only 4 sacks, but 4 sacks for only 15 yards lost too. I thought that I was impressed by it. Like he was always stepping up. He was never running backwards. He wasn't running like, hey, if I'm gonna get sacked, I'm gonna go up. And he was only losing 3 or 4 yards on these sacks. Like Bo had 2 sacks for 14 yards. So I was impressed by that. Wandale Robinson, I've always liked, honestly. So he had a good game. I think I
Oh
wanted
my.
to mention this too. Like this was the most action we've seen Jahdae Barron get in a game all season. And it was because of Wandale Robinson, because he's primarily operates out of the slot. They needed as much help as they could get. He kind of got fried most of the time, but it was the most that we've seen him.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe a welcome to the NFL moment for him.
Dude, it was like this game was just the epitome of like the defense's weaknesses in the Vance Joseph era. It's like the running back out of the backfield, the tight end, the slot receiver. Those are the three positions that we the Broncos cannot seem to figure out how to guard, and all three burned us today. It was both of the tight ends, and then oh my god, dude, some of the screen passes for the Giants were like there were just no Broncos rallying to the football. I couldn't believe it. Like there was a 3rd and 11 or something for Wandale Robinson, and it was a screen pass, and he got the first down, and it was only like 2 defenders out there. And then the Cam
Yeah,
Scadaboo one, it was like a halfback screen, and it seemed like the entire time I could only see like 3 Broncos defenders on the screen. It was like just nobody around. I don't understand it.
yeah, really, yeah, it was weird. Like it's like a weird game. I think
Yeah,
both teams have to like the defense has to burn whatever the hell the fourth quarter was for the Broncos because I thought they played fine through most of the game. I mean, um, it was 19-0, like 19 points allowed. You should be able to win a game giving up 19 points. So it wasn't too bad on their part, but yeah, the offense needs to just burn everything. It's just like this is like I don't get it. Like I, I don't get it. I do not understand this team. Now I'm thinking I'm like, yeah, the play calling was atrocious, right? But I think a lot of it is because I don't think Sean Payton trusts Bo Nix to throw down the field. I really don't think like I asked the question last week. The fact
yeah,
that they
you're
throw
right.
so much, like maybe they do trust him, but none of it is like an actual throw. It's all short throws or an extension of the run game with a screen or like a 2 or 3 yard hitch or an RPO or something.
But
Um,
dude,
but then in the
I
fourth
just
quarter, you see him throw down the field and it's working, and I'm like, what? Like he gets done it. That's 2 times in a row now in the fourth. That's honestly, it's 4 times in the fourth quarter this season where you throw down the field. 4 times overall this season where you throw down the field and it works. And I really just don't understand why
dude,
that's not the
it,
norm for this
I mean
offense.
that's what I'm saying. The times that Bo Nix has been good is it's like drive after drive of bam, like 15-yard doubt or dart, on an out route, and then another 25-yard in breaking route that's like a perfect rope on a strike, and then he uses his legs or something. Like that's him at his best. Is like I just you need to unlock him, dude. I really think like for this offense, it's clearly not working doing the dink and dunk stuff. Just go away from it, let him air it out. I think he's good. I think he's a good quarterback for sure. I just and then his legs, like why is that not a real threat throughout most of the
Yeah,
game? when he reaches 20 miles per hour, like he's one of the fastest quarterbacks. Why is that not a serious, part of his game until it all of a sudden needs to be in the fourth quarter, and then there he is? Like, why isn't that? I don't know. Just unlock Bo Nix is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a couple design runs. I remember early in the game he had a read option that was a first down. He had the fumble read option, and then he had, a couple ones. Obviously, I know he ran in. The first touchdown he ran in was not designed. But the second one, like, they should do that more. Like, get him
I
out in
know.
space, get him with some guards pulling. Like, that was a phenomenal play design. The fact that that's the first time we've seen that is a problem.
Yeah.
Like, that should be used much, much more. His legs should be used much, much more. I know last year he was using his legs a ton, and then he had the back injury, and it definitely, calmed down from there, which is fine. But he's healthy. Keep using him. Like, keep using those legs. Move him out of the pocket. And yeah, just let him throw down the field.
Dude,
Let
the
him
other
throw down
thing
the
is
field.
like I like he hasn't when's the last time he's thrown an interception? I'm trying to remember. Like he hasn't really even put the ball in harm's way
Yeah.
since the first two games of the season.
I think in the Bengals game he threw one early. I remember. But that was like it was like on a 4th and goal, like he just chucked it. Like it wasn't
Oh yeah, but there was none in the
that was
Eagles game,
no.
none in the Jets game, which I actually think he played well in.
Yeah.
And then none in this game, and really none with the ball in harm's way. It's like I think that's gone. It happened also last year, where the turnover bug was with him in the beginning of the season, and then it disappeared for the whole. I think it's gone from him right now. So I mean, I really do think you just gotta let him rip. And against the Cowboys, that is the perfect opportunity, dude. This I want to see like an offensive outburst of a Bo Nix 300-yard pass game against the Cowboys. Then I'll be back to feeling like this team's a real good team.
I was dangerously close to even this game being like, yo, they gotta decide between Peyton or Nix because those two aren't I know those two like each other. They're not like at least openly disagreeing about anything. Like, how like it was obvious Denver had to choose between Russ and Sean Payton because they like openly were disagreeing with everything that was happening. Sean Payton and Bo Nix aren't like that, but Sean Payton wants to run his thing. Bo wants to run his thing. There is a decent middle ground where they both like what they're doing and it works, but it seems like it doesn't match up nearly as much as it should. And I was thinking like you got to find one where they're gonna at least call it and run it how they both want to do it. Uh, but listen, man, in the fourth quarter, and it's so fun. I mean, we were talking. I saw half of the first 3 weeks or something. Like Denver was the only team that had a loss that had that big of a point differential. Like they in the fourth quarter, they only had like a 2 point or 3 point differential, and it was just those last two kicks that they had. So and now like they're destroying teams in the fourth quarter now and over the last 3 games. And now they can't do anything early in the game, so it's the complete opposite. And it's just like they have to figure it out. But yeah, I mean, you're at about the halfway point in the season now. This should be the time where some stuff starts to click. But yeah, man, I mean, with all these issues, again, all of these issues, they're 5-2, sole possession of first place in the AFC West. You have pretty much all your division games ahead of you still. Like you have given yourself a good cushion um, for at least if you're not going to win the division, for at least getting into a playoff spot, right? You play around 500 ball the rest of the season, which they should be aiming for. But think about that. Like that would feel like a disappointment if you play 500 for the rest of the year. But that's a 10-7 record. Theoretically, that should get you into the playoffs. So, man, what a game! What a game! What a stupid game!
I know.
Like I don't know if they're good or not, but they're 5-2. So
what a weird season, man! What a weird season. And I'm just waiting. I do think that the team does have capability to be like a dominant team, but you're just like waiting and thinking, okay, maybe this is the week, maybe this is the week. Like maybe this is the quarter, dude. That's like, I mean, hopefully, man. Maybe that's the quarter that finally turns things around. But we've been saying that the whole season. So I don't know with this team yet. Still TBD. Still
Yeah,
TBD on a
definitely
lot of
still
teams, really, in the NFL.
Yeah, I think the whole AFC West is probably still kind of
I
TBD. You
know,
don't know
right?
what the Chiefs are right now. I mean, the Chargers went 3-0, and now they're 1-3 since then. So and they look like they have some serious. I mean, injuries is playing a big part of it, but they look like they have some serious issues. AFC South, who knows what's going to happen there? I mean, if the Bengals get Burrow back and Flacco looks decent, like they look like they can at least make some noise like they did last year. Pittsburgh, AFC East. I mean, New England looks like they're an actual team. I know they're kind of beating up on some lower teams, but that's what you'd have to do to kind of take that next step is win the games you should. These games aren't close with these bad teams they're playing. So, um,
And Buffalo,
AFC South, who
everyone was
knows?
great.
Yeah, Baltimore is still there. AFC South, I'm looking like, I mean, Jacksonville started off so well, but they've sputtered the last 2 weeks. Texans can figure it out. Obviously, the Colts, I think, are legit. I think it's safe to say that they're legit, though. I do want to mention
Their,
that too because I texted
their,
it to you. Like,
their defense is
watching
still their defense is,
Yeah, defense is still suspect. Yeah,
but man, their offense, it's just like every single game for them. They're like the Bengals, really. Like, or wasn't there? I feel like one Chiefs year where it's like every single game was just a track meet. Nobody could stop anybody. I feel like the Chiefs
yeah,
had a season like that. Like, and that's what it feels like with the Colts right now.
yeah,
Like, best offense in the league, and then a defense that's really like, if you just force one turnover, or if you
yeah,
just force 2 field goals, the offense is good enough to win the game. Like, that's what's so dangerous
yeah,
about them.
yeah. And like I texted like it's not like their skill position players are that much better than Denver's. Obviously, they have a giant advantage at running back and a giant advantage at tight end. And those are what kind of they scheme towards. Charles Warren had another good game. Jonathan Taylor had a great game again today. Um, but it's really because, listen, their offensive line is elite. Denver, on paper, has a good offensive line. I know on your third string left guard, but I thought Chesapeake was fine. I didn't think he was awful today.
Yeah.
It's a rough matchup for your first NFL game at left guard too, after being a right tackle for your entire career. Um, but like you have Daniel Jones at quarterback, and outside of Pittman, they don't really have like any elite receiver. Like Downs is all right. Pierce is mostly just like a deep contested catch guy. Like he's not running anything intermediate. You're not getting him the ball in space. But everything is so easy. Like I was watching the game on the side today and it was just like, man, it's just chunk play after chunk play after chunk play. Everything's wide open. Like they're just making it so easy for Daniel Jones. And I was thinking, like,
Well,
why can't
and
Sean
then
Payton should be able to do that?
and doesn't it seem like it's like a lot of crossing stuff over the
Yeah,
field where they get the ball and then they're in space to run another 10 something yards? Like, it seems like that's just where the NFL is right now. That's how the Chiefs are moving the football, is just, little drag routes to get their guys in space. Like, it's like, it's just like the route concepts have to be more diverse and different.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't know. I just think having guys run across the field is like what's playing really well right now on offense.
yeah.
Um,
But I mean, Denver's two losses are against two really good teams. That Colts loss, I guess, is kind of looking better and better by the week because they should have won. And think about their resume, man. Like if say you only lose one of them, like one of those two games, but the Colts one I think was one that they had. Like the Chargers one I
yeah.
think was just like the Chargers just outplayed them late in that game. But the Colts one, like they fully handed that game to Indianapolis. You win that game, you have wins in Philly, in Indianapolis, and you're 6-1. Like that's a hell of a resume. And they still have a decent resume now. I mean, two close losses to good teams and a win in Philly. And I mean, your defense has won you two games fully. Your offense has won you two, I would say, with the Cincinnati
Yeah.
and then this one. Like, that's not a bad resume, but yeah, it's just
And
when you watch the game,
this was really the first game where it was, bordering on like blowout territory against the Broncos. Like, they haven't really been out of
yeah,
any game this season, I would say. Even the
yeah,
Eagles won, like, yeah, it's 17-3, but that's not 19 nothing. That's,
no,
17-3
no.
is doable for sure.
And 19-0 is one thing, but 26-8 is the one that I'm looking at where it's like
Oh
26
yeah,
8 with 6 minutes left. Like that's a blowout. Like that's a game that's a 3 possession game with six
yeah,
minutes left. Like that should not be a winnable game. But man, what a game. There's a lot to like. There's also a lot to hate. The biggest thing, Denver is 5-2 and in first place. And they haven't lost a game at home since they lost to the Chargers around this exact time last year. So and that was the last time they got shut. I remember they put it up. This game
yeah.
reminded me of that game
I
a
know.
ton, especially when Denver was like within 10 with like 3 minutes left. I'm like, they're just gonna kind of run out the clock. Then we'll get a consolation touchdown, look a lot closer than it is. But that was the last time Denver got shut out in the first half. That was the last time they lost at home. So yeah, maybe it is just a flip of the switch. The offense figured something out, and 'cause, yeah,
Insane.
they were still moving the ball even when the game got tight and got close. When they're only down 4, when they're only down 2,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
still moving the ball. So yeah, crazy game, crazy game. Football's a ridiculous game. Oh
It
my god,
really is.
stupid. That's stupid. How
Oh,
stupid is this?
it's great to be. I mean, man, we've been doing this a long time. Great to be first in the AFC West, 5-2.
Yeah,
Rare to see.
I don't remember the last time what was it, like 2021? I think because there was what was that Sunday night or Thursday night game that they had against
Oh,
Kansas City like late in the season. But that was when both teams were like neither team was like good. They were both like
yeah,
5-5 or
yeah,
6-6 or something.
yeah.
Um, that's the only other time I can remember where this late in the season Denver kind of has a leg up on everybody else. So that's also the last time they played the Cowboys, and we know what happened then. So
That
uh,
was a beautiful game.
that was a beautiful game. Hopefully they can replicate that. I
We've
work
had,
with
dude. I'm trying
primarily
to think of
Cowboys.
like the games against the Cowboys. Yeah, that Bridgewater one, the Aqib Talib pick 6 against Dak
Yeah,
Prescott stands out in my mind. I
it was that
really can't.
shootout. I think the one before that was the shootout where it was like 55, 52 or whatever in Dallas
Yeah, the
that
Peyton
year.
Manning touchdown run.
Yeah,
These games,
before that,
these
I don't
games are
remember.
bangers, dude. All right, this is the perfect time. This is what I'm saying. So the past like few games against the Cowboys we've had, it's been offensive explosions. Let's see it again,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, we'll see it again. I mean, I was thinking this was the game. Last time Denver played New York in New
Wait,
York
bro,
or
Bo
in
Nix
Denver.
finished with 40 fantasy points. What the dude? I'm going
Oh,
against him, bro. He had like
I have
3
him.
points.
I have him. I was like, oh, these consolation touchdowns are really doing me good.
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose now. I'm literally gonna lose. That's insane. I had like a 80% win probability. Bo Nix had 3.40. Oh, there's those 2 rushing touchdowns. Oh my god,
Yeah, it was a rushing touchdown. Dude,
that's
holy cow. Cam Little, dude, I saw Cam Little hit that 60-yarder or whatever, 70 or whatever he hit in preseason. I was like, oh, this is the next Brandon Aubrey. Let's get him. And he's just been so bad. He's been so horrible. He had -2 points last week. Can you believe that?
bro. Oh my god. I
And
picked
yeah,
up
Bo
Rico
Nix.
Dowdle for last week, and then Judkins this week had an insane game for me. 3
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Oh, dude. Okay. This is big. God, my opponent had Trey McBride. He had Trey McBride and T. Higgins. And Sutton. The only reason I'm even remotely in a chance to win is because of Bo. That's hilarious. He
Yeah,
had
my
Dak.
opponent, dude, Bo Nix and Keenan Allen had all these garbage time points, bro.
Oh, that's tough.
Keenan Allen finished with
That's tough.
30 almost.
That's tough. Herbert had 52 in this league that I'm
What?
in.
Oh,
Jesus. I mean, 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Why do you have 50? Do we have bonuses? Is that why? I think we have bonuses for.
like 300 yards or something.
Yeah, it's like 300, 400 yards and like long completions. When did I start? Oh, I didn't even start Jefferson, did I? Oh, I left Jordan Addison on the bench and he had 23. Freiermuth had 29. I should still dominate this game. No, I'm not. I'm barely gonna. Oh my God. My fantasy dude, I have um this other league that I should dominate in. Okay, I'm gonna win this one. Um, Thankfully, because Marvin Mims. I was in like golden position, right? I had Lamar, I had Malik Neighbors, Jonathan Taylor. I was like, I have elite
Yeah.
players, and then Neighbors and Lamar both go down the same week. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So then I was like barely cracking 100. I like barely won some games, but I had Drake May as my backup, so I was good.
Oh wow. Dude,
Um, started stepping up.
I had Burrow and Neighbors at the beginning of the season.
No,
And then I traded James Cook for somebody that got injured. I'm forgetting right now.
no.
But like literally that's pretty much means I've lost Burrow, James Cook, and Neighbors like all this season just to
Oh,
stupid
brutal.
stuff.
It's brutal. Last week I think I lost by like 2 points, but it's because my receivers last week was rough because Neighbors obviously out for the season, and Nico Collins, I have him too, and he was on a bye.
Oh
So my
yeah.
receivers were Mims and Rashad Bateman, and it was just like
Fuck.
the worst. I don't know if Bateman had a single point. Like he had 0 points.
Wait, Mims got 0, right? Is that what you said?
No, Bateman had 0. Mims had like 4.
All right. Yeah, I can't remember Mims.
Mims had a good. We had 16 today, so that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
He's really boom or bust. Like he's either gonna give you a good game or he's gonna give you nothing.
Yeah.
A solid week. I should unless Jackson Smith and Jigba and Sam Laporta outscored Nico Collins by like 60, I'll win, which is possible. I feel like
I
that
know,
is
Jackson Smith, you never
scarily
know.
possible. Like that is kind of scarily possible. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, Broncos are 5-2 somehow. I don't know
I'm
how.
hungry.
The most
I'm
improbable win that I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Maybe ever. It could be the greatest comeback in NFL history. It legitimately could be. Like statistically, what's the win probability? Did I have that on here?
It was 99.9 or whatever.
Like that's Look at 4 minutes.
99.7 was the highest.
I wonder if I can share my screen up. Can I share my screen? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, screen 2. You guys are gonna get a look into what my
99.8.
Look at this, dude. This last
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. There's a 99.8 that I saw where it was. So the Broncos were down 26-8 with 7 minutes left, 3rd and 12, and it comes up short to Ingram, and it becomes 4th and 3, and at that point, it's 99.8
up here or 9.3.
Oh my, dude, I forgot about that. I forgot about that penalty on that Pat Bryant slant on 4th down. Like when that pass sailed over his head, I was like, "Oh my god!" And then, like, thank God.
Oh yeah. That penalty too, yeah. But it's so like he's going down, like Denver. Even here, dude, 4th and 8. Denver down 3. It's still 70% for New York.
Yeah.
And then Bo Nix scores, then 85, and then 92. I wonder what it is on this 4th and 19. 72% on 4th and 19. Or the 3rd and 19 it should be.
Oh my god. And then it goes back up to 89 for the Giants.
Oh my god. 1st and goal at the Denver. Yeah, this one. 89. And then after the Sutton one. That Sutton catch is actually so huge. That would have been a deep field goal. Like a deep field goal. And everyone knows our thoughts on Will Lutz, so I had no confidence I was going in. But man, like the more that you just look at this, man, and the more it's just like, holy cow. How did they win? Unbelievable.
Dude, I was about to be
doing this, Denver.
Like I mean, there was so many emotions, dude. I was so happy when it was 4th and 19. So when it was 4th and 19, what was Denver's chances?
I'm trying to see that, but it's like it's being.
I see 92%, but that's 2nd and that was 3rd and 14 was 92%. So it had, dude, Fourth
on the
and
third and
19.
19. Like third and 19, what was it at?
I don't know. I can't even
Because
find that.
I think that's what it would say. Like this is 72%. And there's no way on fourth and 19 is 72%. It should be higher than that. But I'm more so thinking
No, I think that's 71% after the flag.
after the play. That's what I'm trying to say. Like on third and 19, but it's
I
not
just
like
see third and 14 at 92%. And then, dude, like I was so happy at that point. And then for them to go down and score a touchdown, I mean, like I couldn't, I didn't know if I should feel angry or just like gutted, or if I even should feel anything and just pretend like it didn't even happen and just pretend like the Giants just still blew them out.
yeah.
Man, I don't know. That was wild.
I have a nine. I found a 99.8.
For Denver?
No, for New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Where is it? There it is. 99.8. Bo Nix, short middle to Evan Ingram on third and 12, right before that Pat Bryant penalty.
Wow.
And Brian Burns got injured on that play. That was also a huge injury because he was not healthy the rest of the game. And he was out for like a couple drives and came in and then had the offsides at the very end. So like that was that was actually a massive
Dude,
injury where he was kind of
the other thing that was
game
huge
too.
is
So
McGlinchey went out, and someone I don't know if it was Crum or
it was
who,
Crum. Crum came in.
and he played well in like the two plays he had. I was watching him. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be our backup right tackle against Brian Burns, and it's like third down. And he stood him up. Like he held his own against him.
Yeah. There's a reason they kept him on the practice squad for this long. And they've elevated him like every single game because they don't want other people to get him. So he's some depth. Palczewski played well at left guard. So that's good. Good to see. I still think they should probably make a trade for either a center or a guard, something, just to short up a little bit more going to the trade deadline. Also trade for a receiver, I wouldn't mind that, but Marvin Mims plays like this, you might not need it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, ridiculous game. No idea if the Broncos are an actual great team or not, but 5-2 with a second-year quarterback with the amount of issues that they've had, I will take that 100 times out of 100. So I don't know. That's gonna do it. I gotta start cleaning.
Yeah, I'm hungry as hell.
That's gonna be it. Thank y'all for watching. See you next time. Peace.